Are you like into the like? Do you watch any reality TV? Like I know The Voice, like competitions. Do you get into any of the other stuff like the Kardashians, or like are you ever just like look at this reality juggernaut? I mean, I know it's been around for a minute, but it's
Mhm.
really hit new heights in the past 5 to 10 years.
It really has, I know. And I understand that people can get very intrigued. I did check out the Kardashians. I do something called celebrity autobiography from time to time.
Well, I know that because I have seen you in it from time to
You
time.
have?
The Triad Theater, baby.
Oh, wow. Yes.
You've read Kim Kardashian's.
I have played Kim. Yes. And so I wanted to check out, how she is because I was going to play her. And I could have become, my schedule has never been the same every day, every week. And so I have not been able to give into any kind of possible addiction. Uh, but I could see why people were hooked on Kardashians.
It's don't go down that road because it's a long road and it's very addicting. Yes.
My mother used to watch The Bachelor. And I used to say, but mom, there's a lot of production going on. It's not all what you see. She just was hooked. She loved that. I found it kind of adorable that she was watching The Bachelor.
She's like, please don't tell me about the production. Just let me. It's like willful blindness. Like, but you don't want to know.
Exactly.
Do you love doing celebrity autobiography and other things you've done like on Broadway? Like, do you love a live audience?
I love a live audience and celebrity autobiography we have done, in Guildhall and East Hampton and uh, gosh, different places around the New York area and Broadway, actually. Well, I always say last year, it wasn't. Everything is a year and a half or 2 years ago. Um, and I love it. I get to play Ivana Trump in her own words and Elizabeth Taylor. At the same time, somebody's playing, you've seen it, so Eddie Fisher, somebody's doing Debbie Reynolds, and it's a wonderful Rashomon kind of thing. And it was the most uh, the most known around the world love affair ever. And so really fun to do that. And I loved playing Liz Taylor, loved playing Ivana Trump, loved playing Kim Kardashian. So yes, celebrity autobiography gives all of us a chance to really stretch. And also I love doing comedy. So really fun to do that. Um, Actually made my Broadway debut in Annie Get Your Gun. And that was a thrill of a lifetime. Thrill of a lifetime. Work with the original company.
What about, Eileen Davidson and like Lisa Rinna they just did Days of Our Lives Beyond Salem. It was like a week long streaming. It was like a reboot of some sorts. It was for a week
Oh,
and it was Days of Our Lives. And it was a lot of the original cast. Do you
wow.
think, and it did really well in the streaming ratings, however that works. Like, do you think is All My Children prime for a week long Beyond Pine Valley?
Wow, I didn't know that about Days of Our Lives, and they are wonderful. Eileen Davidson, Lisa Rinna. There has been no talk of that as far as I know. Um, I'm somebody who doesn't like to talk about something until I'm on the set actually doing it, but it was leaked that there is a show in the works called Pine Valley that Kelly, Ripa, and Marc will be producing. And that sounds really interesting because it's it's very, very cleverly done, and it takes into account the characters who the audience loves, and it puts some new characters in there that keeps it very fresh. So I'm excited to see if that really goes.
And if it goes, you'll be a part of this. Erica Kane will be a part of it.
They tell me yes, and I told them yes, I'm interested.
Well, that's like the best news I've heard all month.
Thank you.
What advice would you give yourself if you look back now to 1970, your first day on All My Children, knowing what you know now?
Hmm. Well, it's easy for me to talk now, looking back. I would say relax. On the other hand, probably all that care that went in to the work is a good thing. Um, but I was very shy growing up, and so I would probably say to my younger self, don't be so shy, you know.
That's good advice. How much of Erica Kane is in Susan Lucci or vice versa?
Yeah, it is vice versa. It works both ways. Yeah, it just depends on the day, you know. I will say that if there's going to be a lot of Erica Kane to me one day, I will give my family members fair warning. You know, I'll say, this is not a good not a good day. But I think there's Erica Kane in everybody, you know. She's somebody who wants what she wants when she wants it. That's yesterday. And I think at our core, we all feel like that, but we just go to school, we get civilized, we're told you can't be like that. So we pull in our horns and we try to be nice. But I think Erica was everybody's opportunity to let their inside voice out.
I agree. And I think that's why she's so beloved and people just loved her and hated her and loved to hate her. It's like, I think we all got to live through Erica Kane.
Yes. I mean, she did some things I don't know about, rolling up the body in the Persian rug and burying him in the garden. That might have been gone a little bridge too far, but everything else.
We may not all do that every day, right?
Right.
As we wrap up, if they were going to make a movie on your life, like if you look at, like an Ariana Grande or like some of these like, younger actresses, they wanted to cast you with like, like in your beginning of your career when you started, like, is there any actress that comes to the top of your mind where you're like, she could play Susan Lucci?
Well, when I watch Ariana Grande on The Voice, it does occur to me. I think she would be very good. The other one who has struck me, who would be good to play me, would be Camila Cabello.
Camila Cabello, yeah.
Both of them would have a lot of juice, I think.
They could play it all.
Uh-huh.
Is there anything that you want to leave us with first of all, I really, really, really thank you very much for taking your time and doing this. I speak to a lot of people, but every now and then it's personal for me. So I just want to say even if you gave me 5 minutes of your time, I would be saying this, but I really appreciate your time.
Oh, David, thank you so much. And you asked me wonderful questions and allowed me to tell my story. And thank you so very much. And also thank you for telling me that it's personal for you. I'm so glad to know that you were watching. Thank you very much.
I was watching it all these years, and thank you so much for everything you do. And just thank you. And I really enjoyed speaking to you. Everyone needs to follow you online. I'll keep my fingers crossed for this Kelly, Ripa, Marc Consuelos, Erica Kane, and hopefully we'll be speaking soon. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, David.
Take care.
You too. Take good care.
Bye.
Bye.